G'day and welcome. So I'm Astro. This is not a paid review, but today I'm going to review 230 1400 Dakota. So the Dakota 1400 Series 4. It's LST. That stands for Light Suppression Technology. Basically there's a black coating on the inside of the tent. Even in the middle of the day, you can block everything out. Zero light gets in, basically. This is a good tent. It's fantastic. I had a storm the other night and it held up beautifully. Not an issue at all. So the tent boasts quite large windows, a little awning out the end. Beautiful views out of that little window. These windows and awnings on the side are fantastic. You can have the window completely down. No water gets in, even when it's going sideways like it was the other night. Dry as. While we're here, this is the join, which you can also poke power up into. And underneath you've got some Velcro tabs here, which it will connect, seal it up nicely. The Dakota 230 came with this sail track bag, which is for your boots, shoes. You've obviously got toggles up here. You can roll this up out the way. Fit 2 pairs of boots in there, not a problem. I wasn't expecting that in the package when I bought the tent, but yeah, I was quite pleasantly surprised when it turned up too. Unlike other tents, this one came with a telescopic ladder, which I believe is used to help support the overhang. I absolutely love this ladder. It's very easy to use. Just got to push these clips on either side and up it goes. Also comes with this strap, so you can actually lift the ladder up out of the way and have all this space underneath here. The floor is quite solid. The ladder brackets are solid. I do really like this product, but there's one thing I have to point out. I did have an issue with these brackets. So the holes for these 2 bolts were actually not lined up straight, they were offset. So the ladder bracket was crooked, and on this side here it was offset, but also the holes weren't close enough together to fit this bracket, or holes through this. So I've actually rung the manufacturer and they told me to proceed to drill these out just a little bit to make them fit. A little bit handy with the old tools, so I threw it in the drill press and just milled it out just enough to make it work. So, but absolutely rock solid. As we climb into the entranceway, you can see black material. That's the LST, Light Suppression Technology. It's a black coating and it really does block the light out. Some features I like on this tent opposed to other tents. You've got these quick cams. Pop the lever out, pole slides down, and then it just rolls up with the tent. Other models you've actually got to disconnect it from down here and slide them into the tent. I didn't like that. There are some Velcro straps here. If you do get yours, you'll need to undo these straps to fold this out. Other thing that comes with that other tents normally don't is you've got this center pole, extender pole. So it clips on up the top there and clips onto this front rail. They call it a snow pole, and I can see how that would work. Help support this stop any snow and sleet weighing this down. I've got it on here just to see how it goes with the rain and the storm the other night, so it helps hold it nice and rigid. Okay, now let's talk about the zips. The zips on this thing are fantastic. They all come with these easy to reach finger pulls. There is a flap that come down over this and just zips in here, and there is a stiffener bar that runs across here to help keep this laying flat even in the strongest of winds. So let's climb up inside and have a look. So now that we're up inside the tent, just point out a few little features. On the other side we have fence to prevent condensation. This new model that I received has a portable power supply pocket on either end. Opposite sides, but on either end. Fairly deep. Stick my whole hand in there. So any size power bank should fit in there no problem. Like I said, all of these zippers have these finger pulls. Fantastic. So what we're looking at here is a zipper on the roof. Actually has two, I guess you could call it moon roofs. We can take off the storm cover or rain cover on the outside, open both of these up. We'll get back to that shortly. So the windows, they are mahoosive. I really like the ventilation in this tent. On either side, two storage pockets. On either side of the frame. The mattress, a 65mm mattress. It is extremely comfortable compared to the competitors. The other mattresses, my hip hits the hard floor underneath. With this one, it doesn't. I put that down to just being a different mattress. Even though other companies use thicker mattresses, this is still more comfortable. The only addition I've done, give me a little more comfort, is I've put a moisture mat underneath it. So yeah, using the toggles, you can wind your mesh up, flap on the outside. If you're a bit like me and a little lazy, you can grab the mesh and just stuff it over the pole. That's typically what I do. So much easier. Now, for the first time ever, I've discovered condensation in this tent. A tiny little bit just up here on the roof. But we have a way to solve that. We can open up that to the fly mesh. Give me a second while I roll this one up. Okay, I'm 6'2". I have plenty of room. Even up to 1400, there's miles and miles of room in here. About 95 kilos, I'll give you an idea of the weight capacity. And here's a quick view of the two moon roofs. I will take the cover off shortly, show you can actually stand up right through the hole. Okay, so I've removed the top from the spring pole and clip these buckles. And in a few seconds you have a moon roof. Just like that. The tent now has two full-size adults in it, and there's still plenty of room. And on the plus side, check out them for nighttime views. Well, it's not nighttime yet, but it will be. So just slip straight into these pockets here. There's one on either side. Easy as that. Then you take your clip. Make sure you've got the right one first. which we didn't, and these just clip on. So the roof toggles are incorporated into one toggle for both. They roll up independently. I'll just undo the toggle for the first one, and it's the fly mesh head that still hangs onto the other one. So we'll do this up and we'll now show you how dark it actually gets with this light suppression technology. Okay, let's disappear. I obviously haven't got this zipped in at the moment, but just gives you an idea of just how dark it is. Okay, we've spun the camera around. That's the vent, condensation vent. You can't really see them, there's a little peak hole there. That's about all the light we get in through here. It's a little bit just here. It's a little bit here where the pole goes through, the snow pole. Same on the other side. And obviously we're letting light in through the zipper here, but we'll zip it up real quick. That's it. There is one thing I'd like to point out. So in other tents you actually have little toggle holes here and elastics that go from one side to the other to help pull the tent in when you're closing it up. This model, Series 4, doesn't seem to have those anywhere. It does have the standard straps, so nothing falls apart, but yeah, as for the pull-in straps, there is nothing there. Whilst we're inside the tent, let's have a look at some of the seam sealing and stitching. The quality of this is fantastic. I have not seen any spots that would let air in. Have air underneath them. All the seams are sealed fantastically. Quality assurance on this tent is second to none. Even around the windows. As noted before, it's Velcro under here. Look at the sides, help keep the insects out. You can access into the tent through here, which allows you to run some power up into the tent. Construction overall build is fantastic. Where spring poles go, it's reinforced steel. The tie down straps when the tent's all closed up, pretty beefy. And there's quite a few. You've got 2 on each side. And there's 3 across the front. There's also 2 on the other side. Which are for these straps. Also very well stitched. And just a modification I've done. So you've got normal spring poles, they bend into shape. But around this side here where I have the awning, the spring poles were straight. I had to heat them up and get them red hot, and then I bent them just here, and that gives me just enough clearance on both sides. And it hasn't seemed to have affected this at all. Might be a little tiny bit looser than what it was, but yeah, it's hardly able to tell. The mattress again. I really like this. I rate this mattress. Probably the best camping mattress that's come in a tent that I've slept in yet. Another little nifty feature this tent has, when you take the spring poles out, you put these toggles in the same holes as the spring poles. It doubles as a storm flap. Just a quick look at the PVC cover. It feels quite good. Quality of it feels, yeah, it feels really, really strong. All the seams seem to be heat sealed. Velcro in 2 of the corners. I'll close the bag up. And there's plenty of room inside the bag, even with a little bit of bedding up in the tent. bag slides in and out of the sail track all the way along on the first piece of the tent. You can see the shape of it there. I guess two-handed job, this one. But yeah, it slides in quite easy. And your PVC cover just hangs on the side of the vehicle. I take it off because I put an annex underneath here, but if you wanted to, you could leave it on, no problem. And the pole bag seems to be made of the same material as the fly, the silver lining on the inside, and it is massive. They fit in there, not a problem. I'd just like to give my final thoughts. So, would I recommend this Dakota tent? Absolutely. Quality is probably the best quality I've seen in a tent, rooftop tent, and I've slept in quite a few. I'm not talking just the Kings. I've had Drifter and a few other models, but by far this is the best tent. Absolutely hands down in the quality. Hopefully my videos have helped you out in some way today. If you're like me, you like to do a little bit of research before pulling the pin and making a purchase. And there's many hours of research in this one. Obviously you've got to be comfortable, right? So it's the home away from home. So yeah, sets up in about 10 minutes, probably packs up in about 10-15 if you fluff around. And yeah, absolutely recommend it. It is by far, like I said, second to none, the best tent I've ever owned. So yeah, alright guys, well thanks for watching, and if you find this helpful, you know the things to do. And yeah, bye for now, peace out.